Imagine opening one book and getting three different stories, three different worlds, and three very different reading experiences. That's what this book gave to me. And now I'm going to share how I felt about it with you all. Hi, welcome to a new video. This is a book review video, as you can see from the title. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, I have this book here that I wrote down the questions and things I'm going to be seeing in this video. So, bear with me, I'm just looking down because my brain is not a computer. Okay, now we're going to start with the introduction of this book. It's three books in one, as you can see from here. Three books in one, and it's a collection of three stories. It's a true novel, Muse and Book collection. Muse and Book. Yeah. And the authors in this book are Annie West, Candy Shepherd, and Jackie Brown. And the title of this collection is Royal Weddings, The Street Princess. And we have the first book here. The first book here is Revelations of a Secret Princess. Revelation of a Secret Princess was actually published in 2022 by Mills and Bone HarperCollins, and is a contemporary romance, royal romance. In fact, all the books here are contemporary romance, royal romance novels. This Revelation of Secret Princess, okay, the thing that, okay, all these books have a similarity is that they all focus on princesses. Like every story is a different story. The three stories are different from each other. They don't have any, like they're not together. There's nothing joining them together. They are different. The only similarity they have is that they are all talking about princesses. The second one is Falling for the Secret Princess by Candy Shepherd, and this one was published in September 2019. So talking about the princess, and then the last one is Confessions of a Girl Next Door. This one is also talking about the princess too, and it was published in 2011. That is the standard print edition came out 2011, but the full print, the larger print came out in 2012. Confessions of a Girl Next Door by Jackie Brown. I'm going to be reading these three novels here. I'm going to be talking a bit about all of them, starting from the first one, which is the Revelations of the Secret Princess. And this Revelations of the Secret Princess was obviously the first one I read in this book, and it was so enjoyable. Like it just pulled me in because then I actually love romance books. And when I saw this book, I was like, we are ready. Secret Princess, three books in one. I thought it was just like one story that had three different novels. I didn't know it was three different stories, but I really enjoyed the first book. The first book is talking about a princess that gets pregnant out of wedlock, and then because of she's a princess, her father does not want that type of shame to come to the family. He takes her to one place that they isolate her till she gives birth. Then he tell her that her child did not make it, whereby he illegally gave the child up for adoption. So as she found out that the child is alive, then she went to look for the child. The person that she went to look for the child, she now fell in love with the guy, type of thing, and the guy just felt like she abandoned the child purposely. So created a lot of tension in the novel. It's a very, very nice novel. I'll rate this novel. Before I read the novel, the vibe of this novel. Like I said, all the books here are contemporary and royal romance. That is, their royal romance is just set in modern times, and the vibes are kind of similar, even if they are different. For the first novel that we are talking about, this one, the princess actually like came as a maid to the guy's house. She's the type of princess that did not really have a say in her life because her father just controlled her whole life and everything like that. So she just had to stick with whatever her father asked her to do. Then what I liked in this novel, I actually liked the way I liked the whole tension, the way the novel went. Like every part of this novel, it was my heart was being cut. Like I was like, what's next? What's next? What's next? So, yeah, I liked that. I don't think I have anything I don't like about the first part of this book. It was a very, very nice reading as well. I feel like this first novel, the first novel, like the Revelations of the Secret Princess, can actually get you out of a slum because it's just very, very engaging. I think I used like 2 days to even finish it, and that was because I had some little errands to run in between. But yeah, I'll definitely rate the first book a 10 over 10 because just what it. Now, moving on, we have our second book, which is Falling for the Secret Princess by Candy Shepherd. This is the one I said was published in 2019, and it's actually a very, very great book. Like, so I told you all the books here are contemporary romance and royal romance, romance. This book is about a wealthy businessman. He goes for a wedding, and in that wedding, there is a princess that came like she altered her appearance, so people did not really know she was a princess there. So him and her just clicked. They had like it's something you call love at first sight, all those type of things. But then when they were like supposed to meet the next day, she had already gone back to her country because she cannot just abandon her whole princess life and for just the man that she met. And then both of them now met again because the brother stayed in a business. That the princess brother stayed in a business with the wealthy man, and it just that was their own relationship was centered on the tension break. The boy was angry that she lied to him about who she really was, all these type of things. So a very, very nice book too. Like it's nice. Okay, then reviewing the book, like the vibes of this book. This book is kind of a little bit traditional than, but it's not too traditional that you actually call it traditional romance, no, or historical romance. No, it's just that the setting of the princess palace, it preserved so many traditional things, like so many of their historical emblem. Like her parents were so traditional. A princess cannot marry somebody that is not part of that is not a prince or a princess, all these type of things. So it was just so traditional. Even the castle was still in its traditional form. There were just some little renovations here and there, but it still retained the traditional this thing he had. The things that the ancestors used for wars was still there. So it just gave us that kind of vibes. And then the boy was not like the more modern one because he's mixed. So and he was into all this like modern business. So he just like his change was just like I guess it was like overwhelming like for the way the girl own family was and also them being together. It was also kind of like a little issue because a princess has to marry a prince, but then the law was kind of changed because of her brother. Actually, her brother wanted to marry a woman that is not a princess, so he got them to change the law. But he later found out that his wife is a princess, those type of things. So it was now her that was actually the main test subject for the new rule that was changed. So what I liked about this novel, I think the best part of this novel was where the boy finally found out about the girl who she really was, and then they started building their relationship from there. And her family too were so understanding because the everything that happened got to her so bad, like the depression was really taking a hold of her, and they just really like they were just like order is more important than any tradition and all those type of things. So that's what I liked. This novel can also get you out of Islam because I also finished it in under 2 days. Like very, very great novel. Very interesting read. Now for the last book, that's the Confessions of a Girl Next Door by Jackie Brown. This is the one that was published in 2011/2012. It's actually the first, like the oldest book in this whole books. It's the oldest book, and it's about an average guy. He's not all that rich, but he has made enough for himself, and he's happy with his life, the way he's living. He's comfortable with it. So he has a childhood friend. When they were there, they had some sparks between them, but it never amounted to anything because the girl had to go back, and he did not know she was a princess. She hid the fact that she was a princess for him. This one is actually the most different one because then in the first two stories, the princesses were still princesses by the end of the story. But in this particular last story, the girl actually gave up her princess title to be with the guy. So very, very interesting novel. And sorry, I did not read the other novel. That novel is a 10 of a 10. And this one I'm talking about is a 10 of a 10. The vibe is more modern in this novel because everything is just modernized. They did not really give reference to any traditional or historical something. I guess this last novel was the most modernized novel in this book. And what I liked about the novel, I like the fact that she gave up the whole princess title to be with the guy because it's just different, adding a whole new layer of, I don't know the right one, but it's just different in its own way. Yeah, and it's just like because everything we already know, oh, she'll still be a princess, so she'll still be a princess, but then this one just like totally changed everything. So it was really, really nice, a really nice book. There's nothing I did not like in this book. I loved everything in this book because these books, the three of them, they are just so nice. They were actually published in this in 2022, like together like this in this Mills and Boom collection. The three of them are so nice. Like I recommend this book for everybody that reads romance. It's not a spicy romance book, so there's no spicy scenes or anything like that. It's just a plain, nice romance book. And just for if you want to feel like or get lost in a world of a princess, you kind of have all this kind of like Barbie vibes in a more matured way, something like that. So if I'm to rank my best novel out of these three novels, it's definitely the first novel. I don't know whether it's because it's the first one I read, but it was just so different. Like it was the one that set the pace for the other novels. Definitely, it is the queen, the king of this book. Does not mean that other novels are not good. Others are very, very nice too, and I recommend them. If you like romance book and you just want to read something that is imaginative, this book is the book for you. And if you read this book, tell me which of the three books was your favorite because I really want to know what we agree on and other things. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.